Everyone has that one film scenes that gives them chills every single time. For me, it's Superman First Fly from Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. As a 3D artist, I couldn't just scroll past that without recreating it myself. Except instead of Superman, it's Darth Vader. This time he's the one saving the planet. And I knew from the start I wasn't going to take the easy road. This whole project is built in Houdini, the software that basically every 3D artist is scared of. But once you actually get it, there is nothing you can build without it. The plan sounded simple: take the reference scenes from the movie and rebuild them from the scratch. Animation, close scene, environment, effects, space. In practice that meant staying disciplined enough to not turning this into 6 months black hole project. And yeah, I swapped Superman for Darth Vader. Why? First of all, it's hilarious. He's got a cape, and honestly, this is basically what Vader at full unconstrained strength looks like in people's heads anyway. Looking back, I was so naive. The project turned out into a total node nightmare. Thank God I labeled my nulls, or I have never found my way back through the mess. So, Super Vader taking off from the snow. To make a scene feel believable, you need to stack a bunch of layers on top of each other. And that means a lot of extra work you barely even notice in the final shot. For example, I built a full snow interaction simulation for Vader's feet. And in the end, you can barely see it in the finished scene. But it's exactly that kind of detail that makes everything else read as real. A few systems I built for this shot ended up getting reused in almost every scene after. The close scene is the big one. Set it up once and after that I just can drop a new animation, tweak a wind a little, and the close simulation is basically ready to go. Same story with terrain. Houdini's newer terrain system let me build the landscape once and reshape it for whatever the scene needed, instead of starting from zero every single time. Combined all of that, the snow trail interacting with the character, and bit compositing, and after 3 days the first shot was done. The real challenge here wasn't the animation or render, it was the feeling of the speed. An object just floating in the air reads as static. To make someone believe this is flight, you need several layers working together. The ground moving below, clouds rushing past, and the big one, a camera that behaves like it's flying right alongside with him. And maybe this isn't the best method, but I barely used the reference for this. The scene is inspired by a movie, but I didn't want to make a one-to-one copy. So most of the calls I made were just based on gut feeling. Not sure that's the right way to work, it's just the only way I could work. This was Superman First Fly, so it's Vader First Fly too. And partway though, he just can't hold it together anymore. He loses control and crashes straight into the ground. For this shot I built cracked rock and detail work like subtle snow clouds kicking up on impact. But like a true hour farmer, he gets up like nothing happened, leaving a crater behind him. Completely different from anything in the film, but honestly it feels just more fitting for Vader. And gathering all his power takes off again, this time for real. One detail I am genuinely proud of: the cracks in the ground spread even further at the exact moment of takeoff impact. Small thing, but it's what actually sells the power behind it. He passes through a cloud just like a Superman did, and breaking the sound barrier sends a shockwave slicing through the sky. For that shot I took the cloud I already built and used it, Vader velocity and collision data to drive a simulation that reacts to him passing through it. Then comes the flyover across the ocean. Full speed, low altitude, a spray trail ripping off the surface behind him. Honestly, this was the single most painful effect in the whole project, and I'm still not fully happy with how it turned out. The problem is that the water at that speed has to do about 5 things at once. The surface needs to react to him passing over it, a proper spray trails need to tear off and hang in the air behind him. I ended up building the trails as particle seam driving off his animation. It's the kind of effect where you can keep tweaking forever and it still won't feel quite there. I eventually had to just call it done. To make up for it, I added a second beat right after. He shoots straight up out of the water, dragging a sheet of it with him, and droplets fly right into the camera lens. That one shot ended up doing more for the "you are there" feeling that entire flyover before it. Sometimes the smaller, more physical details sells the moment better than the big, showy one. After he went into the sky, he looks down at the planet like it's his territory now. The finale happens in the space. A Star Destroyer shows up and the planet New Protector isn't about to let that slide. He charges his laser eyes and fires. I spent a good amount of time on the build-up, the way the energy fills his eyes right before the shot goes off. So that's it. The project was pretty insane and time-consuming, but here's the thing. When I first started out, 20 seconds of animation would take me a full month or more, and it would still look bad. Now I made full minute of varied animation in the months and it doesn't look too embarrassing anymore. I wanted to add one more scene, him walking through the doorway, but I stopped myself in the time. Balance matters more than make all things perfect. You can polish a single shot forever and never actually finish the project. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, you can support me on Patreon. Directly affects how much time I can put into shots like this. Either ways, thanks for watching all the way through. And a like and comment generally helps too. And now, the full video.